Hebrews chapter number 11 and verse number 23, by faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents. And they were not afraid of the king's command. They were not afraid. What was the edict? The edict was, when it's a male child, the child dies. And she just flat said, nope. And there's a world out there that's going to tell you, this is what your child needs to learn, and this is what your child needs to do. This is where your child needs to go. Who is going to be the one who says no? And people sometimes they'll tell me, Brother Tony, listen, this is just the way it's always been. Teenagers and kids, they've always been influenced to do wrong. I know, but one thing that they haven't always had is people and adults who agree and encourage them to do it. I hope that you don't think that your children, your grandchildren are going to learn things by accident. That it's just going to happen. God gives us these commands and these promises, but these things are to be acted on by His people. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. And this is the lesson that we should be teaching. This is why we learn and read God's Word together. The world is going to manipulate your children into believing that there are some things that are true. They're just flat not true. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 6, verse number 23, that the wages of sin will produce death. If you allow your children to be manipulated by this world, they will embrace things that are hurtful and damaging to them and even produce their own death. If not physically, at minimum spiritually. See, what happens is the world tells you that things are okay when they're not okay. And I don't know what you think is important to teach your children. This world says it's not a big deal. That death isn't a big deal. I want you to understand that life is valuable to God. Do you believe that there are fundamental principles that are right and wrong, that the designer of life is correct about life? Friend, there's a day when a Christian parent just has to stand up and look at the world and say, nope,